What is my ex thinking about during a no contact phase? Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And I wanted to create this video because it is a question that I get all the time in my one-on-one coaching sessions, right? People want to know, what is my ex thinking? What are they going through? What are they visualizing? What are they wanting? What are they thinking about me? What are they thinking about themselves? What are they thinking about the relationship? Right? And I understand the need or the want to know what your ex is thinking. But at the end of the day, the reality is I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you specifically what it is they are thinking about because I'm not a mind reader. You're not a mind reader. And often what I try to do is I try to change your perspective and your perception and understand that it doesn't matter what your ex is thinking at this point, right? It's really about you and focusing on yourself and doing the no contact period correctly, right? If you're obsessively thinking about what your ex is thinking about, that means you are not following the process correctly. That means you are not self-reflecting the way that you should. That means that you are not investing in your self-development the way that you should. Now, don't get me wrong. It is natural to think, right, about that stuff. It's natural to sit back and wonder what it is your ex is thinking. But if it is an obsessive thought, if it is something that is intrusive, will not go away, you think about it 24/7, it is hindering your process. So how do you start to not think about that, right? How do you start to shift the focus? Again, it's about investing in yourself. It's about packing your schedule. It's about making sure that you are staying busy. It's about making sure that you're surrounding yourself with a group of supportive people that you can vent, that they can distract you, that they can build you back up. There are so many different things during this process that I would much rather you focus on than thinking about what it is your ex is thinking about. But I understand. The reason for why you clicked on this video, the reason for why you asked the question is because you still want to know what they're thinking about. And I understand that. So I wanted to give you at least some things that I have been able to acquire over the many sessions that I've had with clients, particularly individuals who have been broken up with and individuals who have done the breaking up, so you can maybe get a perspective on the other side. So oftentimes, initially after a breakup, it's one of two things, right? So the person who did the breaking up is either completely broken, they are feeling guilty, they are feeling bad, they didn't want to hurt you, they are maybe regretting the decision that they made or the way that they did it, right? It's not necessarily that they are regretting that they broke up with you, they're just regretting the way in which it went down. They are regretting the fact that you guys ever got to a place that it led to the breakup. But more often than not, what I find is when somebody finally ends up pulling the trigger, somebody finally ends up pulling out of the relationship and saying, enough is enough, I don't want to be in the relationship anymore. Initially, it's a weight off their shoulders, right? They feel like they are free again to a certain degree. And, I know this may be difficult to hear as the person who was broken up with, but again, it's just my observation and what I've seen and what I've learned and the trend that I've observed over an extended period of time. And initially, they're happy, right? They have their independence again. They have their freedom again. They feel like a free agent. They can do what they want. Maybe they can travel to that place they've been wanting to go to. They can date other people. They can go and hang out with their friends without feeling bad about coming home late. Whatever the case may be, there is that initial injection of, oh my God, I am an independent person again, right? But that usually only lasts for so long, whether it be a few weeks, whether it be a few months, whatever the case may be. I have oftentimes found that when it comes to breakups, right, women have a tendency of feeling it right away. They start to process the emotions right away. Guys don't really start to feel the repercussions, the emotions, the pain and the trauma until a little bit later. So whether that be a few weeks, whether that be a month, but once it hits them, once they come to a realization that they are broken up, that they are no longer with you, that happiness shifts into sadness. It shifts into frustration. It shifts into a feeling of guilt and wondering what it is you're doing, wondering how you're doing, wondering if there is a possibility for them to get back with you. Now, again, I'm not saying this is the case every single time, but a majority of the times, it's a thought that creeps into people's minds after they have broken up with their ex. So, When they start to allow these thoughts to come in, right? When they start to really sit back and process what has happened, they start to realize that they are potentially losing you. They start to realize that they may have potentially made a mistake. They start to realize that they are missing you because there are things that you may have contributed to the relationship. There are things that you have done for them for an extended period of time that they now have to do for themselves, and they're not used to doing it. So all of those little things kind of start to come up to the surface. And what ends up happening is that they try to reach out, right? Or they try to reconnect in some way, or they start kind of viewing your stories on Instagram periodically, or they start liking random things, or they try to send you a DM or a random text. And it's because they're testing the waters. They want to see if there's a possibility of getting you back, or they even just want to see if there's a possibility of you being open to them trying to reconnect with you. Now, at that point, really, it's up to you whether what you want to do. If you have done the work, if you have processed everything, if you are in a place where you have built up your self-confidence and your self-esteem, and you want to let them back into your life, completely up to you. That's fine, as long as you have a strong sense of self-identity again. But at the end of the day, in regards to what they are thinking, how they are processing, for men and women, right? So for women, it's more so missing the nostalgia of the foundation and the stability and the memories and the things that you shared and all of those things. And for men, a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's a challenge. It's a chase. They had you at one point, they no longer have you. Can they potentially win you back? And the challenge is that they already had you at one point, so they want to try again. So in regards to what they are thinking, again, first of all, it shouldn't matter, right? That is not your focus. That is not what you should be spending your time thinking about. You should be investing in yourself. You should be going through the process correctly. You should be self-evaluating and self-investing and reinventing yourself, right? But for the sake of the video, those are some of the things that your ex may be thinking about. If you like this video, if you related to this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love to hear what you have to say. So if you have an opinion about the video, if you have any questions, if you feel like I may have missed something, you are more than welcome to put your comments down below. I try to read as many as possible and comment on as many as possible as well. Maybe you just want more detail, right? You want to know a little bit more. You can visit us at www.withmyexagain.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this topic and many other topics as well. Maybe you just want to book a one-on-one coaching session with one of us because you feel like you need more help, you need more support, you really feel like you are struggling through a no contact period. We would be more than happy to support you through that process, and you can book with either myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team directly through the website. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you are staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.